Okay everyone, welcome back for another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. Today we're going to be comparing last year's Worldwide Download Celebration to this year's Worldwide Download Celebration, getting my final thoughts and opinions on this year's phenomenal Worldwide Download Celebration. We'll go over new units, we'll go over the events we got, Easy A's, all that good stuff, and kind of wrap it up and give you my final summary on how well I think this year's Worldwide Download Celebration went for the player base. But let's not waste any time. Let's dive in. Okay, so let's start with our 2022 Worldwide Download Celebration. So this was last year's, right? This was last year's Worldwide Download Celebration, focused on Cooler and Goku movie, right? The strongest in the universe campaign. So starting off this celebration, obviously the theme for these characters was very hype. Super Saiyan Goku and Cooler, two very good options for units coming to this Worldwide Download Celebration. Now again, just a reminder that the Worldwide Download Celebrations, at the time of this coming out last year, we did not know that JP and Global will be getting synced up, basically, right? So, the fact that we're getting these Worldwide Download Celebrations at the same time to allow Global and JP to celebrate together was a fantastic idea with, you know, Akatsuki or Bandai, whatever. But these joint celebrations are just a lot more hype than just, you know, Global waiting 5-6 months for their anniversary, then watching JP have all the fun, right? And then we get the same units and it's not as hype. That's one thing that's been bugging me since I've been playing the game for, you know, 6-7 years now. But I'm a Global main. I also played JP, but not nearly as much as my Global main account. But watching JP get all this cool stuff ahead of time, I just, I don't care about the Global foresight. I just want us to be on the same page, which, by the way, this year's Worldwide Download Celebration, they pretty much started the whole campaign, the video, with saying that Global and JP are going to get synced up eventually, right? So it's a solid W right off the bat. Now, last year, we went into, we got the login bonus, which is great. We got the login bonus on the 2023 as well. We get worldwide missions, which is very cool. Now, remember, this is based on the Cooler and Goku movie, right? Exciting campaign trip. That's, yeah, log in and try your luck. So that's the intro you got with Gohan chopping the wood, right? It's for extra Dragon Stones, Kais, and stuff like that. Now, the Dokkan banners. Last year, we had a Legendary Summon Carnival banner for Goku, and then Cooler was just a normal Dokkan Fest. In my opinion, this is one of the things I liked a little bit better about last year. They made Goku, this is the first time they showed us a Carnival LR banner. They was phenomenal. Everyone was freaking out because they had all these LRs featured on them. I mean, look at how many featured units we had. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 featured units, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them were LRs. So this is the first time that this came to be. We did not know this was coming. Carnival LR banners with 7 featured LRs, and not to mention all the unfeatured LRs you could pull at the time too of last year's release. So this was a very cool, awesome win for a lot of Global NJP players with all these featured LRs. And if we go back, if we go over to Cooler's banner here, even his banner, this was like almost like a anniversary banner. It was like one of the best banners that we've seen to date at the time last year when this released, right? We had Cooler. Piccolo was still a god. I still use Cooler a lot. He can get hit very hard though. Super Saiyan Goku's coming up on an ECA probably within the next year or two. Same with Evolution Blue Vegeta, Bootanks, Goku, Gohan, Cooler. This banner was phenomenal, which we got some very good Easy A's for some of these units as well during this celebration. So I did like that they split up the Dokkan Fest and Legendary, you know, Carnival banner. Unlike, let's see if I can find it again. Unlike we did here. So the dual Dokkan Fest banner, see if I can get this quick. Okay. So, unlike last year's Worldwide Download Celebration, we got 2 Dokkan Fest banners right off the bat. We had the LR Blue Boys, and then we had LR Zamasu. So, that is the one thing I would say that last year had better than this year's Worldwide Download Celebrations. We got 2 Dokkan Fest instead of splitting them up. 1 Dokkan Fest and 1 Carnival banner LR. Is it the biggest deal in the world? Absolutely not. But I just think for the player base, and even myself, I was kind of looking forward to having them split up a little bit. But it didn't matter in the end because we did get 2 Carnival banners and 2 Dokkan Fest banners just like last year. They were just split up for different parts, right? So let's take a look at the banners. Zamasu's banner. Obviously Zamasu, who's top 5 in my opinion. This guy sucks. Top 10 TUR easily. Top 3. I have him at number 3 right now. Just below Bulma and Zamasu. Actually, I'm sorry. Below Bulma and Gohan, which we'll go over here in a little bit. The Blue Boys, Super Saiyan 4 Boys, Super Saiyan Goku, Zamasu, Easy A Black, which is awesome. I mean, these 2 units got Easy A's during this celebration. These units will sometime get an Easy A, which they're going to be just insane. I'm really looking forward to his in a couple of years. But banners overall was a solid W. I mean, these Dokkan Fest banners were amazing. Look at some of the units on here. And we got Easy A's down here. We got Easy A's. We got Cell, God Boys. Cooler was back. Gohan, Goku. The World Tournament units coming back for the celebration was a solid W. We all kind of like thought they were coming back, but I was very happy they did. Let's see. So if we go to last year's banners, again, 1 Dokkan Fest, 1 Carnival banner. I would say the banners were tremendous in their own value, right? A lot of good featured units and all that good stuff. So banners are tied, you know, for last year they had some relevance. This year, not so much, but this year's Worldwide Download Celebration had some relevance. Next year, they probably won't, right? But the banners at the time of release for both celebrations, very solid W win. Now, I'm not going to be going over like how good Cooler and Goku were on release and how good Zamasu and AGL Blue Boys are on release and try to compare the two because they're a year apart, right? It's going to be too hard to compare the two because these guys have fallen off a little bit, but they're still very good. Don't get me wrong. It just, his attack numbers are very great, but his defense is not great. And Goku can also get caught too, but I'd probably say Goku held up a little better than Cooler as of right now. But, so the banners were very solid W. I would give 1 point in favor of last year's celebration, but again, take it with a grain of salt. We still got 2 Carnival banners and 2 Dokkan Fest banners, so whatever. So if we're going back let's go to last year's celebration again. So this is 2022 celebration. We got packs. Get rid of this ad. This is the only thing I hate about using this website. We got more special summon tickets, which we got this year as well. So that evens out, right? Protect the Earth, Worldwide Co-op campaign. We got another co-op campaign this year. Dragonstone sales were very solid. The Dual Dokkan Festival, right, that we had last year at the time of release. The 50 ticket special summon, which we got again this year. Memorial Dragonstones were going on because that's right after we get that released, right? The celebration happens. And then Dokkan Fest, all that good stuff. Purple Stones, new story missions, Ultimate Red Zones came out, new boss rush. So these worldwide download celebrations are loaded with such good, entertaining content. That's why I have these ranked above the anniversaries, in my opinion. The anniversaries give you a lot of new content as well, but it just doesn't seem as jam-packed as the worldwide download celebration. It almost feels overwhelming, which I like as a player, because it gives me a lot of stuff to do and more time to play the game, right? We got the Ultimate Clash Virtual Dokkan campaign, or the stage, right? Supreme Kai's guidance packs were here. Grand Guidance was very cool. Then their Easy A's last year. Look at all these 3 Easy A's. At the time of release, this was phenomenal, right? I mean, it's just Goku and Frieza were insane. We had reward boost increased, hidden potential stages, Zenny. I mean, in a nutshell, these celebrations are incredible, man. They really are. I mean, I have no complaints ever about any of these worldwide download celebrations. It's just, they jam-pack so much stuff, and again, it's a joint celebration, so we can all celebrate together, which is always a W in my book. That's why going forward, I'm very excited for the Global and JP to get synced up, because now we're going to be, as a player base, having fun together, and I think the community is going to get a little bit better too, hopefully. There's a lot of toxicity in the community right now, but hopefully it gets better. It gets better. So, let's go to this year's Worldwide Download Celebration. So last year's was obviously a solid W. I still have that in the top 3 celebrations of Dokkan history, right? Now, let's dive into this year's. So this is the one we got this year, Worldwide Celebration Beyond Space and Time campaign. And then we're starting with the login bonus. We get new missions, part 1. We get the Dual Dokkan Festival, which we just went over, right? Beyond Space and Time packs, which is a very solid W. I got lucky on some of those packs. We got the 2 new events with the new stages and the new units that are featured, right? I like Zamasu a little more than Vegito, but when Vegito actually gets out, I like Vegito a little bit better than Zamasu. But it just depends. I mean, a lot of people are hard on the Blue Boys. until they turned into Vegeta. The Dokkan Awakening support campaign. This was new this year. I was a big fan of this. I actually shot myself in the foot a little bit, and I forgot that this is a thing. So I grinded all the medals on accident without realizing that you could just get them in a lump sum if you follow the missions. But going forward, I will make sure to look at that. But this is a very solid W, man. It was very cool that they did this to help save you some time and stamina and work on other stuff in the game than just focusing on the Awakening medals, right? Now, for me, when I first started playing the game, I think I pulled, like, Int's Buhan when he was featured on Dokkan Fest banner. And I thought grinding these 77 medals to get him awakened was the hardest thing. I was using stones when I died. I was using everything I had just to beat the stupid level so I could awaken my Buhan. It was very rough starting out for your boy because I had no idea what I was doing. That was like year 1, just after year 1. So it was very fun, but it's very cool that they're finally doing something like this for getting awakening medals sooner, right? So now we're going into part 1. The 50 special summon ticket collected missions. Great. I mean, more tickets, free summons, always a solid W. People pull a lot of good stuff off these banners, and they're just free summons, right? So always a win. Rise Up Resistance Force co-op campaign. So just like last year's Worldwide Down Celebration, we had another co-op campaign, which is very good. This year we got the special campaign for the Dragon Stones on Global, which is a very big deal. JP's had that for a while, but Global got it for the first time this year, so that's very, very cool. But another just opportunity to get more stones and share your love for the game on social media like they want us to do. And then we're going into the Worldwide Campaign Celebration 50 Special Ticket Summon, again, which we knew. And again, free LRs. This banner was a little hype. It had Zamasu on here. Zamasu featured, I mean, early, you know, like one of the units that you could pull was Zamasu. AGL Golden Frieza was on here, which is a solid W. Who else is on here that is very, very good now? I would say Rose is pretty good now after his EZA, which we got an EZA for him, spoiler alert. Goku can be alright, but you get my point. There's some very, very good LR units on this game, so, or on this banner. I was hoping I would pull Android, Ader. I just could not do it. He's the only pretty much unit I don't have rainbowed on this whole featured list. And of course, I pulled like everyone else, but I'll get that Ader sometime. But going down, we have our dual Dokkan Festival just like last year, right? With the Memorial Stones and A and B banners, so it's whatever. I mean, it's a nice little bonus every year to get some stones back for what you put in. Kind of like taxes in a way, right? The more you spend, the more you get back. Worldwide Celebration select characters Dokkan Festival, so recruit characters with the Godstone. You are Premium Dragonstone, then you get to pick up a LR if you spend enough money on the game. Which I never encourage people to spend too much money on this game. It's a gacha game. It's designed to get your money, and I know we want to support the game and, you know, make sure it does well, but I promise you they're doing just fine. There's a lot of whales in this community on both JP and Global, so they're doing alright. Super discounts on Dragonstones. We get new story missions with new free-to-play characters. We got more story missions for this old event, which is kind of cool to see. Limited attempts every day. Come and get Dragonstones, Light of Hope, which is very, very cool. Again, with Gohan and Trunks here, the Future Fighters Super Training. EX Skill Orbs for Future Saga characters, which that was this whole celebration, was Future Saga, right? So they got a massive, massive buff this year. What else do we got? This was one of my favorite events, Divine Wrath and Mortal Will. So we got a bunch of new stages for this. We also got a bunch of new missions as well. But this was actually very difficult. And I like that they made this very challenging. And they didn't make it character specific like they did in this year's celebration. That is one thing that they took into fact and listened to, and, you know, it kind of changed this year. Last year you had to have the featured units to do some of the missions and get the stage done pretty much. This year, they took that away and let you bring your own teams and no, you know, featured character specific. So if you didn't pull them, no worries. You can still do the events. No problem. Solid W, Akatsuki Bandai. Thank you, thank you, thank you for doing that. But this came with a ton of stones. I mean, it was a lot of fun. I'm still doing these Red Zone events for showcases and stuff on the YouTube channel. But Very, very awesome content and very fun to slowly release out these stages throughout the celebration. So, solid W in my book for the Divine Wrath and Mortal Will, which is very cool. We got new stages of Red Zone. Man, this website is just riddled with ads. New Ultimate Red Zone stages. So if you go into this, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 new stages of Ultimate Red Zone based on, the Future Saga category enemies, which is another solid W. Anytime they can release very difficult content and have players, try new teams and missions and all that good stuff, it's just awesome. Solid W. Virtual Dokkan Ultimate Clash. Again, we knew this was coming. Then all these events came back, new missions and stuff like that. Ultimate Red Zone had some new missions. Vegeta and Goku had new missions. Easy A's this year, in my opinion, were a little bit better. We'll go over that here in just a second, but we got Zamasu and Tech Trunks. We got the same reward boost increase this year. AGL Hidden Potential, Awakening Metals and Zenny. All that good stuff. But if we go over to last year's Worldwide Download Celebration, so we got SDR Cooler and Tech Goku here. Featured, LRs. Part 2 banners were Metal Cooler and AGL Blue Boys. We also got Easy Ace Frieza, Cooler, Goku, Piccolo, Vegeta, AGL Cooler, these guys, which they're fodder, they suck. This STR Metal Cooler, this Tech Cooler. We got them featured as a new side banner unit, but Cooler, all these got Easy A's. It was incredible, man. It was very, very good. So, before knowing last year what would have to come this year for Easy A's, this was phenomenal. Everyone was freaking out like, wow, this is like the best celebration. All these Easy A's are fantastic, which Easy A's are content. I don't care what you say. It definitely is. Let's go to this year's. So, right after the Kale celebration, we get, obviously, Blue Boys and Fusion Zamasu, which I wish they changed his name. We had Mai and Zamasu featured as banner units. Then we go into Guaso and Zamasu Easy A. Mai got their Easy A. Tech Trunks and AGL Zamasu got their Easy A. Int Gohan got their Easy A. Tech Trunks got an Easy A. He sucks. Super Saiyan Gohan Easy A. STR Trunks Easy A. Int Zamasu Easy A. Trunks and Mai Easy A. Free-to-play unit, Easy A. Free-to-play unit, Easy A. Goku Black, Easy A. LR Rose, Goku Black, Easy A. See what I'm saying? I mean, when it comes to Easy A's, this celebration was just better, in my opinion. These Easy A's were phenomenal. I mean, Int Mai single-handedly has won me so many difficult events with the red zones and new stages that they added with her dodge ability and Scouter. It is ridiculous. I love her as a unit. AGL Zamasu is broken busted. Gohan's very good after his transformation. Tech Trunks can build up to be good. Guasu and Zamasu, another dodging character, so solid W in my book. SDR Maya's okay. He sucks. Gohan, Trunks, okay units, nothing too special. Int Zamasu I like a lot. They're okay, but they can get hit. Goku Black sucks until he gets built up after his transformation, and this guy is just a attacking monster. But very solid W for the Easy A's this celebration. I mean, it was great. It was great. So, if we can, let's go over to, quickly, we'll go over our, I know I'm taking a lot of time in this video. We'll go over our Part 2 banners here for the Legendary Summon. So like I said, this year, we got 2 Carnival banners featured on the second part. But we had Gohan, which is #1 unit in the game for me right now. I know people can argue Bulma. I get it. Arguer. I wouldn't doubt you. And I could see a case for both of them, but I just like Gohan a little bit better because Gohan's my favorite character. Don't tell anyone. Plus, his leader skill's way better. But Gohan was featured with all these fantastic units. We had Metal Cooler come back. We had new Super Buu for global players. He's only been back once now. Piccolo and Goku. Janemba, Tech Boys here. Super Saiyan Goku from the movie. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Then if we go over to Trunks' banner. By the way, I got lucky on both these banners. I pulled them back to back on their first rotation. And then I got shafted on the first part banners, of course. But at least part 2 gave me some good luck. We had Super Saiyan Goku make a return. We had Bulma on Global. JP did not get this. They had someone else. But Bulma on Global was a solid W. Int Zamasu was featured. I rainbowed these guys. Rainbowed. Still don't have one copy of him. He's like the only LRs I'm missing. Him and Super Buu. But as you can see, it's the part 2 banners were very, very good. Very, very good. And if we can go over here, we'll find the part 2 banners for what happened to this celebration. Part 2, here we go. So part 2, again, we had more missions. Oh, this is this year's. My bad. This is last year's part 2. So part 2 goes into the Metal Cooler movie, right? When he makes his return. Metal Cooler. Dokkan Fest banner, Carnival banner. Like I said, they split them up, which I thought was a little bit better idea. But in the end, we still get 2 Carnival banners and 2 Dokkan Fest banners. Cosmic packs, we get their Easy A's missions, more Dragon Stones. We get their Easy A's, which we kind of went over. New stages, blah, blah, blah. All that good stuff. New Dragon Ball Infinite History down there. But if we go over to the banners here, these guys... They're okay, but they definitely fell off quite a bit. But even these banners are phenomenal, man. Like I said, at the time of release, Frieza came back, Goku's back, Vegeta's back, Cell was making a return, Kid Buu was making a return. These guys are terrible. He needs an easy A, so to see. But these banners at the time of release were very, very good. They honestly were. And the Carnival banner had, you know, Tech Blue Boys, or Tech Super Saiyan Cell Saga Boys, AGL Goku, or Gohan and Krillin here, Janemba, Broly, Nappa, Bardock, and some other crappy SSRs featured. But again, it was very cool seeing all these featured LRs on the banner. But if you ask me, man, I think both celebrations were in the top 3 for sure. I mean, I'd probably put the 7th year anniversary up there for me as well. But this year's Worldwide Down Celebration, I've seen way too much complaining. Pretty much people got their expectations way too high with stuff that wasn't even expected to happen. Complained about it when it didn't happen, and it was never supposed to happen. The one thing I will say people were right on was the Tech Zamasu name. I think they should have changed that, and there's a whole fuss about that and tweeting out at Bandai to change it. They weren't going to do that. What do you guys, like, what? They're not going to do that. They put it in the game for a reason, right? When it comes to the Bandai and Akatsuki making these games, number one, they're here to make money, right? They're here to make money. If they make every unit that was featured, people were complaining about Trunks here on release, and Blue Boys and Zamasu and, you know, Gohan were way much better. Yeah, no kidding, they were much better. Imagine you release 4 new units who are all the best in the game, the top 4, right? If one player, Billy Joe, does a summon and gets the Blue Boys, and he's equally as good as the other 3, why would you want to keep summoning for a character that's equally as good, right? Let's split them up. Let's do 2 solid units and 2 units that are all okay and they're new and they're hype, but that makes people summon more and spend more money on the game, right? If you just get one busted character out of the 4 and you say, I'm good, you're not going to spend any more money, right? This is a game that wants you to get you to spend money. It's a gacha game, right? So honestly, I think Akatsuki and Bandai with their marketing, and they're not dumb. Like, they're running a multi-billion-dollar company, it seems like. They know what they're doing when it comes to these games. As a player base, we may not like it, and they're not going to be able to please us all, but in the end, it's to entertain us and to make money, right? So them featuring 2 solid units like this, Zamasu and Gohan. I have Gohan at number 1, Zamasu in my top 6. Then Trunks and Blue Boys maybe in the top 12. I get it, man. It gets people to spend more money. If you know your first rotation, you pull this Trunks and you really want Gohan because he's number 1, you're going to keep spending stones, right? So in the end, it's all marketing. I think they did phenomenal. I mean, granted, I will say some of the ECAs that they release are just dog fodder, like doggy doo-doo, just very, very bad. Like, what were they thinking with Zamasu on release? I don't know, but you get what I'm saying, right? This whole game is designed to get you money, and as a player base, I'm fine at doing that because I enjoy the game and I have fun playing the game. If you're not enjoying the game and you don't enjoy opening the app and seeing these characters and stuff like that, it's very simple. You don't have to play. That's all right. You go find something that makes you happy. These games are meant to have fun and, you know, enjoy Dragon Ball franchise like I've been doing since I was a kid, right? So if you're not a big fan of the game, it's all right, guys. You don't have to play. But it's just a lot of hot takes this year and a lot of fighting within the community and fighting back at Bandai. And I just say, calm down, man. It's all a solid W. This game is very old at this point. It's very rare for a mobile game to do so well, and I don't see an end in sight, especially with Dragon Ball Magic coming very soon, and we have a hero celebration, and I just enjoy it, guys, because nothing lasts forever, right? Especially with these mobile games. Enjoy it for now. I'm telling you, just enjoy it. Be happy. But that is going to do it for me, guys. I'm going to wrap it up here because I've been rambling for like 25 minutes here. So thank you so much for watching today's video. I know it's a longer one, but please just listen to some of the hot takes I have in this video. Comment down below what you think. What celebration was better in your opinion? The Cooler and Goku celebration or this year's future celebration? I think I put this one slightly above last year's Worldwide Down celebration, just by a hair, with some of the easy A's and content and the red zones and stuff like that. But both are in the top 3 of all time for Dokkan history. I think probably year 7 anniversary is probably in between one of these two. But within the top 3, both these Worldwide Down celebrations for me, for sure. Very solid W for both sides of the game. But again, guys, comment down below with your thoughts and leave a like if you guys are new, subscribe if you guys are new, all that good stuff. But thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you take this all with a grain of salt. Everyone has their own opinions, but again, thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, take care. Bye, guys.